Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email me, Team Mosso at the1916company.com for purchase pricing and availability questions concerning this watch. And this watch is a summery special launched in 2024 and back in season. It is the Oris Aquis date Taste of Summer, and they do mean taste. This is described as the watermelon green dial. There was a companion to this watch made for only 1 year, like this model, that had a watermelon red dial. So this was a limited run in 2 different colors associated with watermelon, and it was only made for the summer of 2024 and then never again, meaning the timepiece is remarkably uncommon. I'll also mention here, this one is incredibly well preserved, as the original owner didn't even remove the packing stickers. Now, I've heard of people losing their nerve on Patek AP super expensive watches and selling them before removing the stickers. I've never seen someone lose their nerve and sell an Oris before they could remove their stickers. But that is to your advantage, as this watch will come to you basically factory fresh. So, this watch in steel, 41.5 millimeters in diameter. It's not too thick. I measure it 13.1 millimeters thick, and then from lug tip to lug tip, 50 millimeters across the wrist. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and it wears beautifully. Now, it's flat enough that in practical terms, it's not going to seem thicker than any standard Rolex Submariner. It'll slide underneath most cuffs, and as you can see, because of the stubby nature and downturned angle of the lugs, this wears fine on a 16 centimeter wrist. I could even recommend it for a wrist a little bit smaller than mine, let's say 15 centimeters. Again, you're looking at 16 here. Down the barrel is always the definitive shot. Over the top exaggerates the width of the watch, and then the cuff shot to prove it'll fit underneath a jacket or a sleeve. Taking a look at the bracelet, you can see an unusual design. It is specific to the watch, and if you want a strap, you're going to have to go custom or get an Oris factory strap, but that's fine. Oris has a lot of OEM options, and we can help you accessorize that. You can see it's fixed on here using a screw and bar setup, and then we've got removable links further down that are fixed in place using screws. We have those on each side of the clasp. Also note the presence of an intermediate size link in case you find yourself in between sizes. We also have a couple of divots drilled inside the clasp so you can dismount the spring bar and change the anchoring point to fine-tune the fit. And then there is a fold-out dive extension for use over a wetsuit, a dry suit, or even just a thick winter sweater or coat. We've got twin trigger release and a clasp that punches above its weight for features and solidity, and a thick gauge steel swing arm. We have a combination of polish and satin here, twin trigger release. And you can see this too has shipping plastic on it. So don't take my word for it, that's virgin steel there. A very secure clasp. Taking a look at the case itself, it's a different kind of look. It'll never be mistaken for a Seamaster or a Submariner, and that is by design. We have lugs that are stepped out of the case band, so it's not a smooth Portuguese or Submariner style blend where the case and the lugs are basically all one piece. We have a crown, and it's sort of a big crown profile with a combination of media blast and polish, and then crown guards that are fixed with screws, so if they get gouged, they can be replaced. We have a bezel, and you can see it's got a combination of interior crevices in matte finish and exterior knurling and polish. But it's a nice sharp knurling that's easy to grip even if your hands might be wet, sweaty, or gloved. Let's hear the detent. "120 clicks, surprisingly refined. I expected it to be a bit grittier than it is. It feels like a much more expensive dive bezel. We have an insert in white ceramic, and you can see green calibrations, first 15 minutes and then every 5 minutes. We'll do a quick loom shot here so you can see this summery watch in the dark. Bezel pearl, easy to track. And you can see we have a loomed seconds hand, which every dive watch should have, but not every dive watch has for some reason. It's important to know if your dive timer is working in the dark or if you're diving below ambient light. Summer green, here it is. It's a lovely metallic sunburst with a gradient from center out to the edge. Brighter at the center, it's almost lime green at the center, and it's more like a watermelon rind out at the edge. And then we can see we've got all applique indices, which is an upscale look for a watch in this price range. We have a combination of hacking second and a quick set date. Yes, I'm aware 300 meters and 1,000 feet. That is not the correct conversion. Everyone does it. Give Oris a break. Now we have hacking seconds, and we've got a quick set date. And I checked, there are no separate colorful dates on the wheel. I checked every individual date. It's always black on white. Turn it over, and you can see we've got the distinctive Oris rotor. Now, they have their own term for this. They call it a, why don't I just show you? They call it a 733 with 26 joules. It is a Sleeta SW200-1. And it's a bidirectional automatic winder that's based on the architecture of the time-tested ETA 28242. It has a 41-hour power reserve, according to Oris, which is a bit more than a standard 2824. Those are generally 38, but it's a 4 hertz beat rate. It has the stop seconds, the quick set date, and because this is an SW200 and not a 2824, it has 26 joules instead of the standard 25. But you can see those distinctive reversing wheels confirming this is a 2824 inspired architecture. And the 200-1, which this is a indestructible, universally serviceable movement that keeps good time, takes a licking, and keeps on ticking. So reach out to Team Mosso at the 1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.